Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Berlin. I'm broadcasting live from the future. It is indeed the future, as there's about a half a minute worth of delay between you and I. Nonetheless, that's just all perception. My name is Timo Preece, and I am very happy to be here tonight with Ask.audio. And tonight I'm going to talk about something that's very dear to me, which is live performance. And more specifically, talking about how to strategize building live performance setups. So, before we get into that, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about my background because I feel that it's kind of relevant to my perspective on how I perform. So basically, I've been doing music my entire life and performing my entire life since I was in elementary school. And I started off with non-Western and Western traditional instruments. I play guitar and bass and play tabla and some gamelan and a bunch of other instruments, kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. And then I got into doing electronic music performance, which has always been this thing that's been a little bit of a source of balancing, I would say, because, you know, electronic instruments and digital audio workstations and all the different technology that we have today is quite daunting at times if we don't really have an idea of how we want to use it. So I was very fortunate that after spending years doing some consulting for artists who were needing performance setups and also for my own performance setups, that I was able to kind of come up with some suggestions or some ideas and some workflow methodology that ended up helping me to kind of better align the musician and the electronic musician into something that's been working quite nicely. So it's great to see all of you here. This is going to be something to stick around for, and that's for several different reasons. Reason number one is I put together a nice slideshow. I hope it's nice. Kind of going over some of the conceptual things that I have thought about and put into practice. I had the opportunity to do a master's degree after working in the industry for some years. I went back to school and I got to spend a year basically thinking about what it is to be an electronic musician, what it is to be a performer, and what it is to build these type of setups. And I've kind of put some of those thoughts into a slide presentation, which I'd like to share with you. And then the second half is going to be a little bit more along the lines of showing you what's inside some of my own setups and talking about options for live performance. And then lastly, if you really, really stick around, Ask.audio is going to be raffling off a 3-month subscription to their services, which we will push a button and it will generate the winning individual's ID, call sign, and then we will give you a shout out. And if you're still around, then you will be the lucky winner. All right. So, also, I wanted to mention that there's this really cool function that these guys have put together where if you have a question for me, because I can't immediately maybe switch between my screens and see all the questions that are popping up in real time, what you can do is actually hover over your message little conversation there and click to promote your questions as separate conversation, which goes to a question box, which when I get a little break, I'll check that and try to answer all of your questions. So, all that is good. Hopefully everyone can hear me and see me just fine. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm going to be navigating between a bunch of different things. First and foremost, I am going to navigate to my keynote presentation.